Just a few miles from the crowded canals and tourist centers of Venice sits a small, quiet island in the lagoon. It's called Poveglia. Today, no one is allowed to live there. The Italian government has strictly sealed off the island, enforcing its status as a total legal exclusion zone. Local fishermen and boat captains refuse to navigate near its shores. They intentionally steer clear of the perimeter, treating the surrounding water as cursed. Ask the locals why they keep their distance, and they will point to the island after dark. Many claim that if you drift close enough at night, you can still hear human screams echoing across the water. These rumors are tied to a physical history that began centuries ago, when the island was first used to separate the healthy from the doomed. During the outbreaks of the Black Death, Venice faced a logistical nightmare. The city was overflowing with the dead and the dying, and authorities sought an isolated location for those who showed symptoms. Thousands of victims were shipped across the water to Poveglia. Records from the era describe bodies being burned in massive pyres or buried in mass graves, often while the victims were still alive. The volume of corpses altered the island's geology. Over half of Poveglia's topsoil consists of human ash. This accumulated weight expanded the physical boundaries of the landmass, building it largely from human remains. Poveglia became a site where death was not just stored, but integrated into the landscape itself. Centuries later, a mental asylum was constructed directly atop the plague pits, reusing the island's isolation for a different kind of confinement. Patients within these walls reported feeling watched and hearing whispers in the empty rooms. Without a way to leave the island, they were trapped in an environment defined by its previous occupants. A recurring focus of patient terror was the island's bell tower, where many reported seeing something moving in the highest windows. The asylum became a permanent residence for those Venice chose to exclude, built directly over the mass graves of the plague years. The facility was managed by a head doctor who lived on the island alongside his patients. Over time, the doctor began to claim he heard the same phantom voices reported by the ward's inmates. His condition deteriorated until one day he climbed the narrow stairs to the highest point of the facility. He reached the top of the bell tower and jumped to the ground below. Rumors from the island suggest the fall didn't kill him instantly, and that he died while claiming he had been pushed by something unseen. Following the doctor's death, the facility was shuttered, and the island was finally abandoned, leaving the bell tower and the wards to decay. Today, Poveglia remains a silent, decaying monument. The roofs have caved in, and the wards are empty. For centuries, this island served as a disposal site for the things Venice feared most: contagion and mental illness. Poveglia demonstrates that burying a problem does not make it disappear. The isolation meant to protect the mainland only served to concentrate generations of suffering in a single square mile of the lagoon. The history of the island remains visible in its very composition, waiting for time to gradually reclaim the ash and the stone.